Morning. Let's have a little cheeky warm up.
Fiddle Cheeks just resubbed for 8 months. Morning.
Whew. Pre-wipe, that is a massacre. This wolf pack is solo. Clearly all the players have gone. So everybody's just walking around looting. That is, I've never seen that. Shit.
Ну чё, пацанчики? Ну-ка, блядь, все сюда ко мне. Опачки! Гнида! Чего, блядь?
Мы подошли из-за угла.
Нормас, нормас. Охуенно сейчас поживимся.
No, dude, come here. There's a propane tank you can get.
Ну и чё тут?
Purely a prototype just resubbed for 13 months.
Where is this lad? He didn't trust me.
Но шкура цела уже неплохо.
Oh well, tried. I tried.
Заебись, удачно зашли. Ща к барыгам, а потом по бабам.
I would have, because I could have just shot him. Oh well. I could have just shot him at any time, like. Little early month, yeah. I eat my blunts, of course, and they are also made of salami. That's what a blunt is, right? Right. Oh man. I'm gonna swap around between trying to kill PMCs on factory in the office area, which is gonna be hard, and killing scavs on interchange. Got to kill a lot of them on interchange. I can feel my whole life in you. I can live my heart when I think of you. I can feel my whole life in you. It does nothing for me. I don't even enjoy it. My mate was telling me that he was talking to some colleagues about they'd been out for the weekend, and they were amazed at his naivety. That, like, they'd been out all night Saturday night, and they were like, he didn't realize that they'd been coked up, and they were like, what do you mean? Why would they be up all night if they weren't coked up? My mate was thinking like we're just not from that generation. Like, I know hardly anybody that does like drugs on the regular, you know what I mean? I think we're the last generation of pissheads. Kids these days are all doing ket and God knows what. Damn, he had a fancy hat. Definitely hit him in the head there. I saw the ricochet. That would have been one off the list. So yeah, another time he was out. He's in, he's around Canary Wharf. He's at the table next to some people. There's a girl sort of sat on her own little bit. And he sat there having a drink. And he's got a cold because it's a little bit cold out. And he's sniffing. And she goes, you know, it would be polite to share. And he was like, absolutely baffled. He was like, share what? My cold? She was like, come on. I was like, no, I have a cold. Like, she was convinced he was holding out on her. And I know that he'd recently found out, you know, from his colleagues, that they spent, him and a couple of his mates spent like 600 quid on coke over the weekend. 600 quid. And he was like, why the fuck would you spend that much money on something? And then she's expecting him to just share. I was like, what the fuck? If it's that expensive, I'm not going to give it to some stranger at a pub. Christ. It's just mad. 600 quid. I mean, I must have spent, let me think, probably spent about 100 and, maybe 120 quid on Saturday, but I bought a round of Jaeger bombs for the lads. That was like 40 quid or something like that. And then a couple of rounds of drinks and some food. And I'm thinking, that's what you do anyway. And then you're going to crack on for the rest of the evening. So you're going to have to spend 600 quid on coke as well. Plus, you know, God knows what else. Oh, I'm starting to get those... Bob will know what I'm on about. But I'm starting to get calluses on my hands from... And fucking... He announced and had the audacity to ask a coke dealer if he sold weed. He said, yes, give me a moment. Walked off and 2 minutes later came back. Lad says, it's 50 quid. The dealer says, don't open it here. The police are nearby. So he goes back and opens the baggie and it's just a leaf. What blew my mind was I was watching Cops or some show like that, and they were stopping these two women. Seemed like perfectly ordinary women. You know, they didn't look like absolute crackheads or anything. Stop them for some traffic infringement. The guy says, "What's that in your console?" There's like a bag. She was like, "Oh, that's nothing." And he says, "Well, let me have a look." And there's loads of meth in there. They were just popping out Saturday night, all done up, and they're going to do some meth. Thinking, what is wrong with just having a beer, eh? DVRB, something like that. Why have you got to do meth to have a good time? I don't believe that acid is a normie drug is a sensible statement, in all honesty. Sure, I've got a key, factory key. I can't remember where it opens. It's just one of the exits. It opens one of the exits, doesn't it? I think it's meant to be pretty nuts. Well, I went away this weekend and we drank a considerable amount. I was hungover all day Sunday and had a bit of an upset stomach on Monday, probably because of the booze and the kebab I had on Saturday. But I wasn't at risk of getting nicked. I knew what was in what I was drinking. It was just cider. There was no problems. It wasn't expensive. I feel like if I'm going to take anything, it's going to be booze. Because it's predictable. I know what it's going to do. And there is a point where you've drunk... Some people, when they get drunk, they become really, really unpleasant. But that's true of anything, I think. I find when I get really high, like if I smoke... When I used to smoke weed, I would just be completely zonked out. Incapable of anything. And I'm just thinking, why would I want to do this? It's just boring. That's one. Love doing that. Oh, you don't get long on factory, do you? I thought it was just that whole building counted as office. I could be wrong. But that was a scav anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I do feel like this gun is missing a rear sight. I will say that. I thought it was just that whole block, and apparently even the staircases outside it. Fucking condors on, that's how we know we're serious. That's how they'll know we're serious. Yeah, I killed a scav, and I killed a PMC in the bathroom area. You know, the smashed up bathroom area, and that counted. I thought you had to kill him with a headshot. That's a different quest. That's one where you have to have a broken something or feeling pain and kill 3 PMCs with headshots. Fucking stupid quest. I'm probably going to snipe that one, I guess. That'll probably be easier. My back is fine, thank you. So everything else that aches. Today it was arms and core. So my arms are very painful. Hit the limit of what I can lift. I can bench 46 kilos was my limit. And we added a tiny bit more and I just couldn't. It's crazy. It's like literally 2 kilos more and I just couldn't do it. 46. I want to get up to 100 kilo bench. Bang! 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 Just rock in the gym like earthquake. But 46 is my limit so far. Just over my age. Sadly, not in the office area. Fuck me. Thought that was bang on his head, man. I think I shot too early. Damn, that would have been one more for the quest too. I really thought I had that guy. I think I shot just too early. I think it was just too early. Just to the right of his head. And because it's a slug, you either hit him or you don't. That's a shame. So none of those counted. I can fill my whole life with you. I think something somewhere with you. Do 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 do. I can feel my whole life. I can feel the whole way. Well, I mean, 46 is... How much is that? How much is 46 kilos? So that's 100 pounds. So I would like to be able to lift my weight. I weigh about 86. 87, 86 kilos. So that's like... not undoable, you know. I mean, I don't have that much... So far, I've hardly put on any muscle at all, really. And if I just keep going, I figure after a year, should be able to lift that, you know. I think, you know, that's not crazy. You think about when you're doing pull-ups and stuff, you're lifting your entire body weight. I'm 6 foot, so yeah. When I was let me think. I think when I was about 24, 25, I still weighed 10 stone exactly, which is 140 pounds. So I don't know what 140 pounds, kilos. So 140 pounds, I weighed 63 kilos. But I was like a stick, you know. I was like all ribs and bones, just super, super skinny. And then once you get to your 30s, you start to put on a little bit of weight. And then once you get to your 40s, you put on even more weight, you know. Dadding it up and stuff like that. But I know that, like, I was doing rows today, which is where you sort of... The whole point of the... I don't want to be a gym ball, but the whole point of the row is that you isolate pretty much every other part of your body. So there's like a little bench, and you put one hand on the bench, one knee on the bench, and one leg out to the side, and you're lifting from sort of straight in front of you, not off the ground, but just before it's touching the ground, and you're just lifting straight like that, and you're keeping your back and everything else completely straight. So you're isolating you're not putting anything else into it. You're just using your arm and your shoulder to lift. And when I started off, I was doing like 7.5 kilos, and that was a real struggle. And now I'm on like 17.5 kilo rows, and it was like 10 on each side, then 8 on each side, then 6 on each side. And then these horrible exercises where you lie on your back and you have the weights, and you have to take them back to here, keeping your elbows up. So you're just lifting in that direction. So you're lifting up with your arms being above you, which is a really unnatural way to lift. You'd never lift anything like that. But it just yeah, skull crushers. So it just like all back here, you can feel it, like muscles like that you would never normally be using in that way. It's all ways of isolating just one muscle group and doing that. So it's just like stuff like that. It's like I've noticed that now that the size of the weights and the number of reps I'm doing is going up. Like I had to do Russian twists the other week. I had to do 100 of them, and if I stopped at any point, I had to do push-ups and then back into the Russian twists. So at the break that I got was I did push-ups. So you just had to keep going, just keep going and keep going. And the Russian twist, so you sit with your legs crossed and your feet off the ground on your ass. So you're like almost like a sort of little V-shaped little plank thing, and you hold this big weight, and you've just got to bounce it from left to right, and it's all about your core is doing all the work, and your arms are getting tired from lifting this thing. And it was just like, it was exhausting, just rounds of that. But the number of reps and the amount I'm lifting and how tired I feel afterwards, it's all different. Like the first week, I was absolutely fucking wiped out, absolutely wiped out. And now, I mean, like previously, the first couple of weeks I did it, I would come home and I'd be like, well, it's at 9 o'clock, so I'll come home at 10, half an hour, and I'll start streaming. And I would just go to bed. Like, I was so fucking exhausted. I would come home, I would eat because I was starving hungry, and then I would go to sleep and then spend the day lying on the sofa. Just, it was so fucking knackering. Whereas now it's very tiring, and when I'm there, I'm knackered and I'm sweating and everything, but I'm not like wiped out. Do you know what I mean? It was like the first couple of weeks, it was really rough. But it was also really enjoyable. I was saying to my mate at the weekend, because he was really pleased that I was getting into it, because he goes to the gym quite a lot, and he's always been saying you should go, you know. And I was like,
Sips_ just resubbed for 16 months. Hi Flax, have a good stream.
Cheers, buddy. But yeah, it was really, I found it super relaxing. Like, it's a very zen thing for me. I don't know why, but I find it supremely relaxing, which I can't really explain. I thought that it would be like my worst nightmare, but it's actually just really meditative, and it's amazing. You're just in there. I'm just thinking about absolutely nothing else. Yeah, it was a real surprise to me that I enjoyed it, but I really enjoy it. Sit-ups are still, I still can't, like, from a lying down position, I still can't do a sit-up without my feet coming off the ground. They've got banging dance is what they go for, but nothing like aggressive, and the trainers are so nice. Like, they're not, I was really worried they're going to be like twats, you know what I mean? Because it's just, as someone who's never been to the gym, I just assumed everybody there would be a dickhead. Because of, you know, the stereotype. Yeah, bro, come on, yeah, and all that shit. They're not like that at all. They're super chill. So yeah, it's been really one of the best things I've done in recent years. I absolutely fucking love it. I don't think the staff is always super nice. Like, sometimes they can be absolute tools. I think it depends where you go. So there is a gym in Twickenham I might end up going to instead of buying stuff for myself. But I thought, well, geez, gym membership is not cheap. And I know that if it's down the road, like a mile down the road, I'll find excuses to put it off. If I have stuff at home, I know I'll use it. I'm going to set times for myself just like I do, like the exact same times that I have at the moment, which is like 9 o'clock, and normally 4 o'clock on a Friday. Bam, bam, bam. That'll be what I'm going to do. And just, you don't need much. I'm going to do one gym session a week to use the equipment that I can't have access to. I mean, today, I'm not kidding, all the equipment that I use today, I could easily have at home. It's just knowing how to do the exercises, what counts as a good workout, and the form, your posture and your form. So I figure if I do 12 weeks of one-on-one sessions, I should have a decent idea. And you can always refresh your memory with like YouTube and stuff like that to say, oh yeah, that's the position for that sort of thing. But like, my wife's been doing yoga for years. I can't do yoga without someone showing me how to do it. I've done it a few times, but I can't, like, I need someone to show me. They just, like, the tape she listens to just tells her the pose and she just knows it because she's been doing it for so long. So it's the same thing, like, I figure at 12 weeks of one-on-one sessions, you should have a really good idea I mean, it's getting to the point now where they don't have to correct my posture that much. Because it's not that complicated, in all honesty. But you've got to get it right, or you could really do yourself a mischief. Did I hear someone to my left? But yeah, I found it very positive. For anyone who's wondering if it, if it's for them or whatever, I would just say, if you can, if you're in a position to do it, like financially, because it's not cheap, try it out. If you're thinking about getting in shape, I think getting a personal trainer to get you started, get you motivated, is a really, really good way to do it. I know it is expensive, but it is. I have found it extremely satisfying. It's crazy to think you just do these exercises and you actually do see a change. You notice a change in your body, and it's weird. It gives you. It's kind of empowering, Because all I thought was I was just heading in one direction, which was outward, getting flabby. I heard a clonk, like there was a yeah. Oh, someone's been here. Be very, very quiet. I'm hunting scabs. That's what I'm trying, Raging Dragon. Like, it honestly, the improvement I've seen already, and I'm old. If you're young, especially if you're a man, I think it's so fucking easy to put on muscle. Like, I wish I'd done this when I was 25. It would be so much easier. Because it does hurt more when you're old. And you've just got so much, you've got to be so much more careful, I find, with like my back and stuff like that. It's just not as sturdy as it was when I was younger, you know. I'm not saying you can't fucking hurt yourself if you're young, you know, you're not invulnerable, but it's just, it's got to be easier. But I think, I really, really appreciate the difference it makes. Because I've never done anything like this in my life. Never, I've tried to, like, oh, I'm going to really get into running and become regularly running. I hated it. It was so boring. Because I find the gym really, really fun. I don't know why. Lifting things. Sounds like it should be super dull. But it's like you're trying to top your high score every time, you know. Little improvements. Satisfying. Everyone in there having the time of their lives, and here's me struggling to find a single scab. See, that's hole in the fence, isn't it? A rangefinder. That'd be too easy. I closed that door. Oh no, I didn't. Okay. I thought I had. I had, but there's two of them. Yeah, there's the fire in Ollie. Or wherever it is. People will think I'm exit camping. I came here hoping for scavs, and you normally get them around here. Is it because I'm here they're not spawning? I've definitely had scavs spawn like right on top of me before. Too early in the raid? I think it was it Bob that talked to a guy at Birmingham? Absolutely huge guy. Looked like a rugby player. Might have been Blitz and those guys. Because Blitz is into the gym a lot as well. Best transformation I've ever seen. I can't remember if it was Bob or Blitz, but they spoke to this guy. He was fucking ripped. Dude was huge.
And
they said to him,
just resubbed for 1 month.
Like, how much time do you spend to get this big? And he was like, I go every single day, some days more than once. And they were like, wow, it must be great. And he was like, nope, I'm in constant pain. Dude is just in constant pain. I just get these really deep, look like aches in my muscles. When I was doing loads of deadlifting the other week. That was heavy. And God, my back was killing me. Not like vertebrae ache, but just muscles I had never used ache. Anything related to squats, I find I have real problem with anything like squats. That hurts so much. Just makes my thighs burn so bad, so bad. The deadlifts, man, that is, whew, you can feel that. Your whole body is just like resisting. That is hard. But you can lift more, like you're using your legs as well. Like your core and your legs, you know, that is serious. How those lads do that thing where they lift it up from the ground, snatch it up to here, and then push it all the way up. What is it, the snatch and push or whatever it goes? Push a snatch. The snatch pushing. The clean and jerk. I always do it the other way around. I jerk, then I clean. There's no point cleaning first. Silly. Bend and snap. Bend and snap. Tried to use that move on Mrs. F. She wasn't interested. Well, a quick check of the office and then we'll fucking leave. Isn't there meant to be a car here? God, I thought that was a lad. Just not. It's just one scav. I only saw one scav. Cack. Thank you. Just have to go inside. I was yeah, I was watching some of the big streamers like Dr. Lupo and a couple of guys like that. They play a lot of Tarkov and get like 8,000 viewers and stuff like that. And there was another guy. What was his name? Let me see if I can find him. It's quite a funny name, like a weird name. He had like 8k viewers or something. I can't remember. Anyway, no, it wasn't Pestily. I would know Pestily. He was playing, and they do the same. No. It wasn't Sakura. Like, I know those guys, and it wasn't Landmark or Landmark, whatever. I know those guys as well. He wasn't like one of those, you know, mega lads. He was like, but he was doing right, 3-4k viewers or whatever. Okay, nice. And he was doing the same stupid shit I did. Like throwing a grenade into a tree. Deadly slob. Threw a grenade into a tree, did some other dumb shit. And I was like, shit, man. Some of these lads are just as shit as I am. But they were obviously, I mean, they did things that I don't do. Healed constantly. Even in the middle of a fight, he's whipping out a grizzly. I was like, jeez. Who does that? And so many nades. Just continual nading. It's like bang, bang, bang. See, that's my ass right there. We tangle with that. What are the chances? I was just talking about him. Ultra. That rings a bell. This is a dangerous area, I sense. Oh, fuck. This is not where I want to be. This is like the opposite of my kind of corner. Here we go. So what is with these bags spawning? It seems to only be on interchange. I haven't seen this in any other maps. Fucking sun. Ugh. I think I know where I am. I do. If I go down there and go left, you go into the big warehousey bit. Wow, I'm starting to get a hang of what this map looks like. Still gonna die on it all the time, but... Damn. Spider goon. Is this a fucking scab or a lad? Jesus Christ. Lad was ungillable. Oh, that'll be why. Didn't want to shoot. He's a... Suka! I thought I saw a lad down the end here. Scab, I think. Not going down there. If I go out this other way... Is it power station up that way? Or is it the other one? I just fighting the scavs at that distance with this gun. They're gonna fucking tap me. It's gonna be unpleasant. See the car? That's something. Can take the car extract. Oof. I wonder if we hit that guy much. We definitely hit him a few times. Camp in the car. 33. I think the hit count was 33, wasn't it? I like the ADAR. It's not great, the ammo I've got for it is garbage, but I just think it's a nice, dependable gun. I feel like I can pretty much guarantee that I'll get a decent amount. Like if I think about when I'm in a fight and I do loads of spraying, right? I'm just like brrr, tends to go very poorly because I feel like I don't have the loadouts yet where I can control the recoil or whatever. You know what I mean? It's all a fucking mess. It's all over the place. Whereas with the ADAR, I think, you know, yes, if it's like up close, probably going to be a goner. Don't get me wrong, they're probably going to get me. But like any kind of mid-range fight, you can just be like bang, 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 bang. And like just then, when he peeked the doorway, we exchanged fire. If I was spraying, I'd be like this. So I think he knows he can just stand there. Whereas if I'm just banging the doorway, it's like you can keep that sustained pressure on them to keep their heads down. That's how it feels. God, we didn't even take any much armor damage. That's pretty hype. How many? I think we got 2 scabs, right? I mean, I definitely prefer later on, you just need bullets, you know what I mean? You need to be able to just go and hopefully with not much recoil. There's no contest. Like you'd get 1 shot off with your radar and they've got like 8 shots off, you're dead. But for ratting purposes, I prefer it to the shotgun, because with the shotgun, if I miss, I'm like blammo! Just feels a bit... Against other rats, I think shotgun is awesome, because you can really just blow them away, but... The shotgun is also deeply satisfying when you tag someone. Bazooza! And then... Now that is what I would like to see added to the game. Head explosions, limbs being knocked off, only as a killing blow. Bam! And their whole shoulder goes, ah! And there's like gore everywhere. I'm talking decapitations, the whole schmear. I want it all. KS-23 is definitely a POG gun. Mysterious stranger. Some jibbing. Get some jibbing going on. Is Liberty Prime the lads that dress up in robot suits? Brotherhood of Steel, right. Sisterhood of Iron. What do you need the M-tape for eventually? Like, there must be something. Eagle-eyed flax. When it comes to loot, anyway. Now then, let me bring up my... Yeah! Can you wait a minute? Just need to extract. Railroad to Tarkov. Honey, I'm extracting. You can extract with your little friends later. I didn't want to say anything, but prior to the Euros final, I had a dream that the world was going to end. Very vivid. Woke me up at 5 AM. That doesn't sound strange at all. That sounds 100% realistic. Never used this extract before. Well, in my dream, it was like this coming summer. It was... The girls were down with my mum. And it was... They just announced, sorry, you know, it's out of our control. It wasn't like a nuclear war or anything. It was like some great galactic scale catastrophe, you know. Like, you know, something was coming to suck all the goodness up out of the planet, like some aliens or some shit. And we were just, me and Mrs. F somehow got up on the roof of the house and were watching it. And the girls were down with my mum. And, you know, Mrs. F was like, should we call them? I was like, I don't want our last minutes to be them screaming on the phone, so let's just remember them as, you know, good kids. And then we went up on the roof, and there was this huge red disc of energy just forming on the horizon, just getting bigger and bigger, and giant pillars of the earth were just being like sucked out, like just cut in and just like sucked out, these huge pillars, and we're just watching it And then I woke up. And I was like, guess we're fucking losing the final then. Oh, I gotta help Mrs. F, I remember now. Phew. Oh, you don't have to do this all in the same raid? Oh, thank God. I've got to stop. Unfortunately, Mrs. F had to pop out, so I've got to listen out for the dog coming back and a few other things. So, in houses tonight, 8 o'clock. Do not miss it. You'd be a fool to. I'll see you then.